morning day. All right, thank you, Coco. Now, can we go to the next person, please, now? Yeah, Hamas, your turn. Coco, what I think you need to really work on is your tonality and then also the volume could have been a bit more. Yep, emphasize. Is that okay? Yeah, okay, but overall that was very good. I like your arguments very much. So just the way you present it has to be a bit more consolidated. Yes, Mars. Okay, so Mars today comes with no cue cards. 妈妈在这边还是爸爸？你爸 OK 好 ，Hello，爸爸你在吗？Mars 的爸爸，Hello。你爸可能等太久了 ，OK？你跟他说睡着了的，Hello，怎么办？睡着了？哦，在的，醒着的，到 Mars 了啊，他是没有那个 Q cast 啊，他是直接要，对的，放轻松 ，OK？7 minutes，yeah？Okay, so Mars, give me. Mom wishes you good luck. Okay, so now, Mars, are you ready? Yeah, you can even walk around if you want to. I like to see you walking around too. Okay, we good? Yeah, over to you, Mars. All right, guys, thank you.
Today I'm going to talk about Brian Ewan and transgender human. Okay, raise your hand if you think the woman appearing on the screen right now is attractive. I apologize because I just lied to you because she is actually not a female. She's actually a biological male with the name of Brian Ewan. And what's more, he has just won the 2023 Miss Greater Dairy pageant. And if you don't know what a pageant is, it's basically a competition for young natural females, and the judge of the pageant will select the one who they think represents beauty the most. To be perfectly honest with you, first time when I read the news that Brian Ewan won the competition, I had the same reaction as most of you. How could this biological male, who's a little bit overweight, let's say, win a competition made for natural, beautiful women? And but after witnessing a serious and intense debate on the internet, I decided to do a thorough research on the internet on this matter, and which gave me a newfound perspective on this matter. Okay, so scrolling through a sea of negative comments on the internet, most of them are expressing the same opinion. So they always says, Brian Ewan is not pretty, therefore he should have won. But it seems that they fail to realize what the pageant is actually looking for. Citing the official website of Miss Greater Dairy, its scholarship recognizes their achievements in scholastic, aptitude, talent, character, community service, and poise. Notice anything? There are no criteria for pretty faces and nice bodies. So for all the people on the internet who criticizes Brian Ewan's appearance behind the shield of the internet, they're all barking at the wrong tree. So after Brian Ewan's significant win in the competition, a former winner of Miss Great Britain just on the page, and she says that Brian Ewan winning the competition means a world of opportunities will be taken away from the natural born girls, and similar voices are all over the internet. But it seems that they fail to realize that Brian Ewan shares the same motive. He shares the same goals as all the other natural born women contestants. And like what she says, she wants to gain a sense of confidence and poise and to feel beautiful and glamorous like everyone else. So how could Brian Ewan be the one stealing others' opportunities? Well, she shares the same goal as all the other participants. If that's the case, if Brian Ewan should be criticized for simply winning the competition, then every winner of every competition in the whole world should be blamed for taking away the opportunities of other contestants who didn't win the competition. which is absolutely ridiculous and absurd. And it is absolutely absurd for people to think that the competition will be more fair if Brian Ewan and the transgender community is excluded from the competition. Next slide. Once again, looking through the negative comments on the internet, I realized that this issue is actually more severe than I thought. So a male beat out females in a pageant makes sense. Does not even look like women. I'm not going to read this. He, not she, and he do not deserve to be a female beauty contest because he is not female and he is not beautiful. In these people's perspectives, people's gender are still based on their birth, which was the case before 1960s. So in case you haven't noticed, we are not living in the 19th century anymore. Societal value is changing, gender roles are changing, gender identities are changing. And these are indications of our society's improvement and an indication of our society becoming more and more open-minded and inclusive. So, but then we have these internet critics whose mindset are so out of date that they still haven't learned to accept people's differences. The fact that Brian Ewan's identity as a female is being ruthlessly criticized by so many people on the internet says something about our society. Right? Some of us need to move on. Some of us need to stop judging people simply based on their subjective consciousness. And Brian Ewan, we all know Brian Ewan is a biological male, but that doesn't affect she being a brave and influential woman. So therefore, her winning in the competition is not only fair and well-deserved. I think it's also necessary for our society to show the improvement of our society and our social value in this era. And next slide. For hundreds of years, colored people have been fighting for their civil rights. The same way how for hundreds of years, the LGBTQ community have been fighting for recognition in society. The reason why our society today are more and more inclusive and more open-minded is because of people like Brian Ewan, who stand up for themselves and fight for their rights for simply being different. Yeah, for simply being different. And wait. So okay, and she has started an internet movement that helps thousands of transgender people all around the world facing difficulties and challenges in their lives. Imagine how much of an impact she will make on the LGBTQ community when she becomes the first transgender woman in the history of America to win a pageant. This, her winning will not only make Brian Ewan become the new hope of the transgender community, her significant victory will also serve as a message to the thousands of transgender people around the world that our society have moved on from our old and traditional value, and we have been more inclusive, and transgender people are becoming more and more accepted in this society. Fortunately, Brian Ewan gets to keep her significant victory, and voices of objection has been died down in the internet. However, let us not forget that this incident should also serve as a message, as a reflection to our society that there is a still long way to go to achieve equal rights of the LGBTQ community. So why don't we start by congratulating Brian Ewan and encouraging pageants to continue to include transgender people. Thank you.
Wow. Well, what do we think, people?
Too good.
Oh my goodness. Can we give him another round of applause, please? That's really. 我不知道你们听到了什么哈，听到了什么？我觉得就是 Mars， 你能够真的就是非常没有 Qcast 站到前面来，这个说足了什么？你对你自己有好多的勇气和信心，这个是非常令人欣赏的，你知道吗？这个勇气，对吧？我就能说，对不对？特别好 ，I'm really impressed。 那个挑战的勇气从哪里来？可以跟大家分享吗？来，站起来，站出来。很欠打的一句话 ，OK？ So, they are punch inviting phrase. So, yes, David.
He spent around 1.5 hour on his speech. He goes to bed at 1.
So he spends an hour and a half, at least a minimum every night, okay, before he goes to bed. Yeah, and what about you? Not sleeping at 1 o'clock.
I spent an hour yesterday.
Sorry, 妈咪看出来区别。
That's my
哇，你可以看，妈咪，我不知道你们看到这个班的那个孩子们的性格特别特别的好，真的是非常好，就是他是很互相的，就是欣赏的，对不对？Okay, Mars. So let's hear what we heard of your arguments. Is that okay? All right. So let's hear from Isabella, starting with you. What is Mars's contention? Go.
We should it's the sorry.
Try again. Yeah, that's okay.
Ryan's
Ryan Ewan. About trans. What about them?
that it creates hope for the transgender society, and it still reminds us that we have a long way to go to achieve equality for transgender groups and with like
Excellent. Very good. Argument one. Can you move on to pick the next person?